This is not medical advice, just my experiences and actions in no particular order. Fingers. All 4 of these fingers at different time periods had each individually been damaged due to some normal indoor climbing activities. I was unable to squeeze a water bottle filled with water and lift it up off the ground without my fingers brutally protesting in pain to the point that I had to let go. Solution. I climbed very easy climbs that did not inflame my fingers. This meant I was able to do what I very much desired to do without worsening my current situation, granted not at my previous level. Finger curls flushed my fingers with blood as well as loaded the joint through a full range of motion. You can never go wrong with finger curls. Dead hangs with feet on the ground, lightly loading my fingers in multiple hand positions, especially mono really helped me stretch the fingers as well as strengthen it without the risk of worsening the injury. Today's conditions. My fingers have never been stronger. Here's me hanging off 20mm with my body weight, which is an additional 150 pounds. I've gotten over the mental barrier of what if I re-injured them again, but they are not perfect. As you can see, I literally cannot fully close them. Elbows. My right elbow was injured due to me camping on boulders as a cool down exercise. At a later date, my left elbow was injured due to doing some dips too awesomely. For both injuries, I was unable to do a single push-up or a single pull-up. If I tried, a sharp pain would ignite in my elbow, forcing me to collapse. Solution. I climbed with a straight arm and slowly started bending it as my elbow improved. Banded tricep extensions, superset with banded bicep curls to flush blood and movement into the elbows did wonders. As my elbows improved more, pull-ups with feet on the ground, superset with banded tricep extensions. Doing pull-ups this way allowed me to go through the full range of motion without injuring myself. The last step was regular pull-ups superset with push-ups. This proved to me that my elbows were in good enough condition to return back to normal climbing. Today's conditions. I can do 1-arm pull-ups. I can 3-finger drag lock off 20mm. I can also do weighted pull-ups. Push-ups and dips are back to normal, but my elbow will start to feel it if I push it too much. Say after about 6 hours of climbing. Adductors. My adductors shot up in pain when I was crabbing a volume. This pain returned time and time again anytime I was to squeeze my feet really hard together. Solution. I climbed while avoiding any adducting movements. I started doing isometric split holds, which really engages the adductors. Today's condition. They are stronger than before, and as long as I'm not repeatedly doing the same adducting movement, they are fine. However, the other day I did notice a wince of pain emanate from them. I still have a slight mental barrier anytime I have to use my adductors as well. I'm working on it. Quick notes. I never stopped climbing. I simply climbed differently according to my current circumstances. My recovery process was never passive. It was always active. It was done at low intensity, high volume, and very high frequency. I saw progress week to week until the point where I didn't have to keep track of it any longer. Mental barrier tips. Do something to help yourself. Doing nothing takes away the control from your body and it gives you this hopeless sensation. You obviously don't have to be like me and climb with injured elbows or fingers, but you may have to still do dead hangs, pull-ups, stretch out your body, learn how to hand jam. As long as you do something to progress your climbing, you are not wasting time. You're simply allocating it differently than you're used to. Whatever hurt you, do it again, as long as it wasn't anything stupidly stupid. Avoiding the cause of the injury will only help build a mental barrier inside your head, preventing you from always doing it. 4 times my fingers failed me, twice my elbows gave up on me, and my adductors still whispered, maybe. Listening once to one of these voices would have drastically impeded my climbing, and it would have caused some emotional damage as well. Logically assess the situation. When my second finger was injured, I knew what to do. When my other elbow became injured, I thought it was funny because I knew what to do. And when you first injure yourself, you have to logically understand that injuries have been dealt and they have been solved time after time, and you can be one of those very, very normal cases as well, so long as you don't get too emotional about it. And I'll see you next time, partner.